Greetings, this is Scholar Saunders, seeing what's current. The Phoenician Scheme, a modern day masterpiece by Wes Anderson, starring Benicio del Toro, Scarlett Johansson, Tom Hanks, Bryan Cranston, Jeffrey Wright, among other. I think her name is something Threapleton. She's Kate Winslet's daughter. But it's great. It's a modern day masterpiece. It's absolutely excellent. Um, the gist of it is, uh, it's an entrepreneur. It's this tycoon that is trying to survive assassination attempts on his life while trying to construct these various um, industries, these various uh, buildings that will secure the livelihood of his children. He has like 7 or 8 adopted children. So it's very interesting. It's a very interesting film. Actually saw it on, what was it, Thursday, I think. Um and it just hangs with, it just lingers. His previous effort, his he had a series of short films based off of Roald Dahl's classic literature, and he he shows that he has versatility, especially because he can go from long form to short form back to long form again. So that's pretty much pretty cool. Um, what I wanted to say was, I think that he has a way of conveying a message that is complete, that is strong, that has meaning. Because everybody says, "Oh, it's Wes Anderson. He's pretentious. He's got to have the same, flow of different, of his movies, and he makes the same movie over and over. And doesn't they don't change?" I totally disagree with that. There's hints, of course. He uses similar cinematography. He uses similar some. Used to be soundtracks. It was usually late '60s rock and roll. Um, and maybe to the early '80s, even rock and roll. But he is exempt from being called pretentious for the simple fact that he doesn't, dwell on, just the superficialities. He has meaning to his movies. So that's why I want to, address today mainly. The Phoenician Scheme, just the idea of it. Um, it consists of um, just a series of mishaps and misfortune, and terrible things happen, and he dies like 3 or 4 times, or he has some kind of dream state or something like that, or he's completely unconscious. And if I have one thing I have to take away from Wes Anderson and Spike Lee, is that their movies have become more mystical. They've become they've delved into the idea of mysticism more so than anything. Like going back to Darjeeling Limited, that was a very mystical movie, dealing with the supernatural in a sense, but not like ghosts and ghouls and goblins. Just you know, the idea of Jesus, and different things like that. Just different ways that it's conveyed to for the screen. Um, I think he has a he's a definite he has a sure way of directing a very sure way of directing. Um, and Benicio del Toro is absolutely a tour de force in this particular piece because he um, he conveys this character so well. He seems like he just like put on the suit and like became a quote unquote a Wes Anderson Sonian character. Like he put on, you know, the bandages, the had the blood on his face. He had, you know, the I guess he had broken limbs or something like that, or maybe not. But he essentially has survived maybe multiple plane crashes to begin with. Um, he's able to combat all of that. Whoever just came in here, put up a one in the live chat. Let's see what you're working with. Cause I'm about to get out of here. I don't know if this is gonna be a throwaway show or whatever, um, but yeah. But Benicio del Toro is great. I mean, it's an ensemble. Whenever it's one, oh, Brown Mason. Salute to you, Brown Mason. Make sure you hit up my Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. I appreciate it. Uh, salute. All right, so it's like it's very difficult to even, you know, to encapsulate the movie because it has so many facets to it. It's like he has these dreams that are in black and white. I think this is the first time Wes Anderson has used black and white in a feature length film. I think I'm trying to remember any other time he used black and white. I think he this is his first time. I could be wrong, but I think this is his first time he used black and white in a feature length. His original film, Bottle Rocket, was a short film at the beginning, and then it was expanded into a feature film later on, which is it's good. It's not one of my top Wes Anderson movies. He has 13 of them, I think, now, which was the same amount of films as Stanley Kubrick. But I think Wes Anderson's got a few left in his repertoire. So I would definitely check for that. Check for the Phoenician Scheme because it's about a lot of things, about themes, about, like I said, he Wes Anderson delves into mysticism, faith. The daughter is I think it's his biological daughter as well. Of let me see, hold on. Let me make sure I have his name. I want to make sure I get his name right. Jaja Coda. Anatole Jaja Corda. I mean, Michael Cera is great. He it's like catching the ball and running to the end zone with Michael Cera on a Wes Anderson movie. It was like he was made to play in a Wes Anderson movie. And it's really cool because we find out that he's he's definitely a character to be recognized. You know, he's supposed to be highlighted. You have to pay attention to him. When you watch him, you know, on the screen, you have to pay attention to him and see what he's about. Because it's very tricky, you know, to try to pin him down. But he has that mystique, that joie de vivre, that sense of life, that a Wes Anderson character usually has. And then you'll see something interesting happen. Um, there's a few let me see, Mia Threapleton. That's Kate Winslet's daughter. She's phenomenal in this movie. She plays the character of a nurse who drinks beer. I think that's cool. She has she she carries a lot of the weight of the movie. She grounds the movie in a lot of ways. She's like very stoic and very, composed, and, not, frilly and silly and, out of pocket. She keeps the tone very serious. So I think that's really cool how she's able to do that. Overall, there are scenes of, like I said, there's cuts with Willem Dafoe, there's cuts with Bill Murray, um, and they're not even the top starring. That's how many people are in this movie. It was written, directed, and produced by Wes Anderson, part of the Indian Paintbrush and American Empirical Pictures. Whenever I see American Empirical Pictures, I'm like, I just get a feeling like it's something special. I meant to say that too. Asteroid City. Asteroid City wanted to be a lot of things. It wanted to be a lot of things. It wanted to be sci-fi. It wanted to be a family story. It wanted to be uh, a picture and within a picture, like a play within a movie, within a TV show. Like, it was just a lot of things. And then they had the line, you can't wake up unless you go to sleep. You can't wake up unless you go to sleep. Like, okay, yes, that's obvious, but it has deeper meaning actually to it. But I still love that movie. It's a Wes Anderson movie. There's not a Wes Anderson movie I don't love, but that was probably like a B minus. This is like an A, not an A minus or A plus, just an A. Phoenician Scheme. This is a return to his powers. Wes Anderson as a director and a writer and producer. That's the credits I would love to have. What's the damn for, Brown Mason? So, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you, Brown Mason. Appreciate that. Salute to you, sir. Um, so it is a dope movie. It's a very good. It's an excellent film. Excellent. It's an A. It's an A. Not A minus. Not A plus. Just an A. I highly recommend it. You'll laugh at some parts out loud. You'll laugh out loud. I mean, it, that's the thing with a Wes Anderson movie. He sometimes even admits that he doesn't have a plot. I disagree with him. He said he doesn't even have a plot for Rushmore. Rushmore has a great plot, and I don't think the main character changes his behavior too much. I don't think he changes as a in terms of his values or his virtues. He may change his approach. He may have changed his ideals, but maybe not at all. But that goes with like Moonrise Kingdom. That goes with and that's not a movie I would say that's like a B minus. I don't know. Like it was a little sketchy to see the two kids. They're just kids. They're not adults. It's kind of weird to see them like that. So I think with the Phoenician Scheme, however, it is something that places you into a different world. That's what I love about Wes Anderson movies. They're not naturalistic. They're not of, it seems like you're in a different place. You're different. And it's not escapism. It's engagement. A lot of people say, "Oh, I just want to escape into a movie and not worry about my troubles for a while, not worry about my life." That's not with Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson, it's like, and you engage with it. You take on the artistic values and the ideals, and you go on from there. You're able to understand at a level what it means to be a person within the film itself. You understand their issues, their problems, their conflicts, um, and you're able to understand better what it means. Um, it shows. Did I mention that he won an Oscar for the Henry Sugar stories? Maybe not Sugar stories, but the Roald Dahl adaptations. He won an Oscar for best, I think, short or something like that. Theatr- Theatrical short, something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he's an Oscar winner. Nobody can say he's not now. Um, I think it's out of 8 nominations, he has 1 Academy Award. That's crazy. 3 wins out of 22 nominations. It's weird, but the Phoenician Scheme. Go see it. Don't walk, run. Don't run, don't fly. Fly. Um, Make sure you do see it and see it on the big screen. It was the first movie. I think it was the first movie I seen of Wes Anderson's on the big screen. There's such a joy to be able to see a movie on the big screen when you're able to sit back in a dark room. Maybe there's a few other people in the room, and discover for yourself the immersion. Like I said, the engagement, not the escape of being within these movies. You're able to look at the virtues of the characters. You're able to look at the their motivations and their abilities. That's what makes it movie magic. That's what makes it wonderful. I think if we are being honest, we have to definitely consider the fact that there's a good sense that the Phoenician Scheme. They always say it's his latest and greatest. It's his latest movie. It's his best yet. I mean, but this is close to it. I don't think, like I said, my personal favorite is Rushmore. His greatest movie, I think, is the Grand Budapest Hotel. Just my first personal favorite is Rushmore, but that's how I break it down like that. I do what's my favorite and then what's the greatest. Um, yeah, but the Phoenician Scheme really had a why they name it. Well, there's this particular scene. There's this particular place, a fictional place, and called Phoenicia that he's concerned with throughout the film. I think he wants to make properties there. I think, if I'm not, I could be mistaken. I was just watching the movie. I missed some specific parts, but Phoenician Scheme is really about trying to, um, I guess, land a contract. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could use some help. Let me see. Let me see. He's an arms dealer. He's an arms dealer in the film. Leonardo Benicio del Toro. Um, okay, so here we go. Governments around. This is from Wikipedia. Governments around the world want to stop Corder's unethical business practices. Unethical. I don't know if he was very unethical. An opportunity arises when Corder stakes his fortune on a risky scheme to overhaul the infrastructure of Phoenicia with slave labor. There was a place called Phoenicia, but it didn't last. Throughout the ages, it was actually disestablished in 64 before current era. So that's where the Phoenicia part comes in. So it's cool for me. There's a character in the story that's from Wilmington, Delaware. So I was like, that's cool. Got a little salute to Wilmington. Yeah, that was pretty cool. But besides that, it's just it reminded me so much of a lot of people always say, oh, it's like this movie and that movie and that movie. I mean, it stands on its own. I'm not trying to say that it is a representation necessarily of multiple movies. What I am saying is that it has flavors of the Royal Tenenbaums, and I would say maybe trying to think, maybe a little bit of Rushmore, but yeah. So that's the reason why they call it the Phoenician Scheme. But it has its flavors of Wes Anderson's previous efforts. Um, that's what I think is so cool, is that he's able to maneuver through the scenes and be a constant guard over his vision. It seems to me that for Wes Anderson movies, that he gets it exactly how he wanted it. Like he saw it in his head, and that's how he envisioned it, and it came across on the screen. That's what it seems like to me. Like some directors say, like, "Oh, I wish I could have done that." It seems to me like Wes Anderson is like very focused and very driven and very, oh, here comes Max Vision. Oh boy, Max Vision, you owe me like $500. The name, okay, got you, got you. He's good with the name, but and you put Puaz, you put Puace, you didn't even put pause. Puace, Puace. Um, yeah. So I just thought it was phenomenal. It was such a great way of being able to show a film and 2025. Like he started in 1996. Like that's amazing for a director of this age to keep his vision and not, I don't want to say sell out because he probably sold out a long time ago, but not to sacrifice or give in or say, oh well, these movies aren't doing too well. Let me go to the way of another director or something like that. He always kept it